Did you know that 1/3 of workers in our area go to work with the flu, according to a recent South Nassau Truth in Medicine poll? Do yourself and others a favor. Rest and stay home if you have the flu.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Glatt. I'm the chairman of medicine at South Nassau Community's Hospital, and I'm an infectious disease physician and also the hospital epidemiologist. And we're here to talk today about patients at greater risk, at higher risk of getting the flu. Everybody's at risk of getting the flu, but there's some patients that if they do get the flu, it can have more serious consequences than a healthier patient. Patients at the extreme of life, both very, very young children, neonates, newborns, children under 6 months of age, and people at the other end of life, at the other spectrum, older patients, especially if they have lots of underlying other medical problems. So these patients, if they do get the flu, potentially have the risk of having a more serious consequences and more serious illness if they do get the flu. So these are patient groups that are especially important to try to prevent exposure to the flu, and this can be done by vaccination, as we've talked about in previous talks on this subject in our series on the flu, but also by keeping away from patients who do have the flu. They shouldn't be visiting patients who have the flu. If there are people in the family that have the flu, they should try to stay away from taking care of young children as much as possible, not always possible, but as best as you can. Certainly washing your hands and certainly wearing a mask even if appropriate when you have to take care of a patient who is at higher risk. Patients who have underlying cardiac or pulmonary disease, heart problems or lung problems, can have more significant illness with the flu. And those are patients that certainly should get vaccinated, and those are patients that certainly should see their physician if they do come down with an illness that could be the flu, because early treatment of these patients may be beneficial in protecting them from getting some of the more severe complications of the flu. I hope you've enjoyed this series on flu. It's a very important and timely subject, and I hope everybody has good health. To see this and any of the other videos in our series on the flu, go to our website, southnassaw.org/flu, or just visit the South Nassau Community's Hospital website for both this and some other excellent public health service announcements and medical information. You can also see our full list of physicians to make an appointment with a physician if you need to see somebody for the flu or other medical problems.